alcohol in all vehicles, whether you're guilty or not, whether you're perceived to be one who drinks and drives or not, whether it's perceived that you have alcohol or have ever had alcohol or not, or it's perceived that you are on a road to recovery or whatever, it doesn't matter. They want to have every vehicle to have alcohol detection systems in there. So you won't be able to start it, you won't be able to use it, et cetera, et cetera. So this is the NTSB, the call for alcohol detection systems in all new vehicles. And I believe this is starting, I think their thing was regulations want drunk driver detectors, is what they call it, in cars by 2026. Well, want drunk driver detectors, you're going to make everyone pretty much guilty until proven innocent. That's what that is. You're drinking, you're drunk, blowing here, or your car won't start. So you're guilty unless you prove innocent. Same deal. So anyways, the NTSB is recommending measures leveraging new vehicle or new in-vehicle technologies that can be limited or prohibited. That's how they say it. Impairment. So it'll prohibit impaired drivers from operating their vehicles is what they called it. It's actually the vehicles, their vehicles, the owner's vehicles, or a vehicle that they want to use from a friend, a neighbor, whatever. If that neighbor has, the newer 2026, if this goes through completely, they will be forced to be guilty unless proven innocent in order for that vehicle to start. Basically, my words only. So it says the vehicles, as well as technologies that they have come about, and they continue to grow and get more and more, technological to prevent speeding, drunk drivers, alcohol, impaired drivers, etc., etc. So as technology improves. So with this, it says these includes requiring passive vehicle, integrated alcohol, impairment detection systems, advanced driver monitoring systems, or a combination of the two that would be capable of preventing or limiting vehicle operation if it detects driver impairment by alcohol. The NTSB recommends that the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration require all new vehicles to be equipped with such systems. Excuse me, I gotta get rid of this. So, I got rid of that fly that landed on my face. Hopefully that was the only one. Anyways, he was bound determined to mess this up. Incentivizing, so I'm continuing this. Incentivizing vehicle manufacturers and consumers to adopt intelligent speed adaptation systems that would prevent speed-related crashes. So not only are you breaking the law according to them, their law, don't drive too fast here, but this is for your safety, for other safety, it's to protect you. Without us, you're in trouble. You're not safe. That's what they continue to sell. Anyways, I digress. That would prevent speed-related crashes. This is a reiteration of the previous NTSB recommendation to the NHTSA. So it's just saying this, they're reiterating this because obviously they didn't get enough power, they get enough law, they get enough pull the first time round that they try to get this passed. Now they're just making sure it goes in this one and the next one till it's finalized, till it's accepted. This is what always happens. And people forget about it. They're like, oh, that's old news, whatever. 5 years later, 2 months later, 10 years later, a month later, it's quietly become a law, which is unconstitutional and unjust in my opinion. Anyways, so the National Transportation Safety Board is recommending that all new vehicles in the U.S. be required to have blood alcohol monitoring systems that can stop an intoxicated person from driving. Period. That's where they're starting. So we're just starting here, but we want to have a technology that can prevent speed-related accidents, speed-related deaths, and then we want this other system to prevent XYZ. We want this other system to prevent, ZYX. We want this other system to save you, make it safe for you and your family and everyone around you and the strangers that are around you. That's how they sell it. It's nothing but the exact opposite, 9 times out of 10. Anyways, so let's just take a step back. Think about this. What are they really talking about? I don't have a whole list here of all the freedoms that we've lost, been taken from us, stolen from us, whatever you want to call it. But I'm just going to go down a little bit here. That sort of resembles that you are guilty until proven innocent. So does that cost you to prove your innocence? In a court of law, absolutely. Will it cost you to prove your innocence if you're thrown in prison for 2 years? Absolutely. Even 2 weeks, even 2 days, even 2 hours. How about 10 minutes? An hour? You're guilty until proven innocent. That's the exact opposite of the way this country had always went and always gone. You got the benefit of the doubt. You got the benefit of the doubt. You were innocent until proven guilty, but not all these systems, not all these courts, not all this other stuff. The exact opposite of that. You are guilty until you prove or pay for your innocence. And I'm emphasizing pay for innocence because those in power, those with friends, those who have enough wealth, they pay for their innocence. They're not proving they're innocent. They just pay for it. Yeah, that was me, but here's this thing. Or here, I'll scratch your back. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll pay. I'll pay for my innocence. Which, in a just society, is not just. It's not justice. It doesn't work. And that's part of the reason why we're at where we are at this level today. But anyways, so just think about this. Now everyone's guilty. Everyone, remove your shoes and your belt and limit how much liquid you can bring onto planes. Well, so you're guilty. You're guilty. So because of what you've done in the past, you need to remove your shoes. You need to remove your belt. You need to have your liquids limited because of what you've done in the past. Or maybe not. Maybe just because we want the control aspect of this. So we can make anyone say, how high when I tell them to jump. Next, X-ray, scans, and or molest all passengers before boarding a plane. So you're guilty until proven innocent. Or you're just flat up guilty. You can't get on a plane without removing your shoes or removing your belt or limiting your liquids. You can't get on a plane without being x-rayed or scanned or molested. You can't because you're guilty. That's just how it is. You need a carry permit. Not all states. There's a good number of states now. I think we're at 12 or 13 where it's a constitutional carry, which is that Constitution, that Second Amendment, that second thing says, shall not be infringed. Shall not be infringed means shall not be infringed. Period. Nothing. Nothing to make it harder to access, nothing to make it harder to carry, nothing to deviate from any want or desire or need to get, to reach, to strive for. Shall not be infringed. That's it. Anyways, how about, so in the other states, beside the 12 or 13, you need a carry permit to carry your firearm, if it's even allowed. And it's not allowed in certain towns, certain states, that kind of stuff. And that's right there. As long as they keep allowing it, I say that, facetiously, because they say they'll allow it. In essence, if you really do the math on it, how many of us are there and how many of them are there? How many is there of them? Are they really allowing it? Or are we, allowing them to put these rules and put these limits above us? Our whole society is allowing them to. So think about that. Next time you want to complain about, this person said that or this person's, gotten rich because they've stolen from us, whatever, they're politicians. Well, there's not many of them. And there's a ton more of us. We allow that. We allow them. They're just the parasites who feed off of us. Anyways, everyone, you gotta wear that thing on your face, that face suffocator. You gotta wear it. You gotta wear it because you're obviously, you're deathly sick. You can get someone else deathly sick. You are guilty until proven innocent, or just guilty overall. There's that. Everyone, get a jab. Get this thing injected because you're guilty. Not until proven innocent. You're just guilty. That's because you're guilty. It's to help everyone. It's to save humanity. It's to save your grandma, to save the elderly person that lives by you, to save the elderly teacher that you might come in contact with. That's what it's for. It's for, a great society of happy thoughts, bunnies, puppy dogs, and balloons. That's what it is. That's how they sell. It's anything but. How about wear your seatbelt for your protection? So if somebody who's suicidal says he doesn't want to wear his seatbelt, he still has to wear that seatbelt. Even though he doesn't care about his life, you need to wear it because it's a law for your protection. Or someone else who's not suicidal just doesn't like it, it's uncomfortable for whatever reason. No matter if he knows the risks, and he's like, if I'm not wearing it, there might be more risks involved. But I would rather, I'll take that chance. I'd rather not have it on because of whatever it is. You are not allowed. You are not allowed the freedoms for that, for your safety, of course. To protect you, I got to take stuff away from you. And that stuff I'm taking away from you is called your freedom. Your freedom. For your safety, of course. We have, on that note, sorry, nothing against people who ride bike, motorcycles, whatever. But most circumstances, most states, most cases, they don't have to wear a helmet. But if you're driving in a vehicle with four wheels, truck, car, whatever it is, you have to wear a seatbelt. Unless it's on a school bus, of course. Then you don't have to wear a seatbelt. So do some math there. You have to be 21 before you can purchase alcohol. 21 before you can purchase cigarettes. But you don't have to be 21 for me to enlist you in the army, for you to come, serve this country, as they say, what they're doing, to come, work for us basically for free, be a grunt, making the stuff for 4 years or 8 years, however long you're going to be. You don't have to be 21. You can sign up when you're 17, and you can be here on your 18th birthday to serve. That's how they put it. So you could serve and die for this country. I know I've heard this before, but you cannot purchase alcohol and drink in this country. You cannot purchase cigarettes in this country until 3 years after you come here in a life-threatening sort of situation that we call the service, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. So I know people have thought about this, but it's ridiculous that it's still going on. It's ridiculous that it's still a thing. And a few years ago, you could buy cigarettes if you were 18. And then, they decided to put in there, the president, before one we have now, and his last name starts with a T, he was the one who initiated it, whether he initiated it, but he went along with it. And he made sure it got signed into law. Land of the free, you cannot buy cigarettes or tobacco unless you're 21. For your safety, of course, because it's for you. We're looking out for you. How about you can't grow a plant? I'm not just talking about marijuana. Most places, most states, you still can't grow that plant unless you pay for permission, unless you get some sort of a doctor approval, and then you pay for permission. You got to pay for a permit to grow, I guess. Even not marijuana, I believe there's like 17 other plants. And it's not the same for every state, but just as an overall number, 17 other plants around the states that is illegal for someone in this country to grow or have on their property, other than marijuana. It's a plant. It grows out of the ground. It's a plant. And you're not free enough to be able to grow that or have that on your property. that you're renting, that you full out own, that you are paying for, doesn't matter. Because you live in America, in this state, or this country, or this county, or whatever you want to call it, you're not allowed to grow certain plants that have been here before us, I'd imagine, for the most part. But anyways, I just want to go over this because it's just so ridiculous. And that's more ridiculous is that people don't talk about this. People don't do anything about this. People don't seem to care. They don't stand up. They just, the government says, you got to do this, 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 and then when you're done with those, you got to do this one too. For your safety, or for your grandma's safety, or for whatever they're saying, whatever they're trying to sell it to you with. And then you say, okay, I'll do that today. I'll suffocate my face. I will, put this liquid in my veins. Have someone put in my veins, or just in my, in my system. I would say there's another fly that's bothering me, and I took that other one out. But anyways, I'm going to end this video just because of this fly. I can't handle this. And so if you like this, like, share, subscribe, that kind of stuff. And as always, stay vigilant for yourself, your family, your health, and protect your wealth.